Felt me like a Hellcat.
Hello, I'm Snapback Jack, and today I'm going to be playing a game called Classroom. It's quite a short game, it's like 10 minutes long, something like that. I've heard mixed reviews about this game. It's the text and the dialogue's apparently quite bad. That's what I said in the review. I don't have trouble reading text, I just get my words mixed up. I'm not dyslexic, I'm not having a go at dyslexic people. My girlfriend's dyslexic. I just don't. It hurts my eyes. I don't need glasses or anything. I had this problem at school when I read too much. My eyes go funny. So yeah. Anyway, it's called The Classroom. It's very weird, and the text is apparently very bad. It's awful apparently, but we'll find out when we. It's like unused. It's text that shouldn't be used. But let's just get into it, shall we? Okay. Whoa, loud. Yeah, like that. What's with the music? It's like really funky. Right, let's how do you move? Oh, you have to click to John, Tim, and Mrs. Baxter. Okay, should we talk to Tim? Can you help me, Tim? Not at the moment, Gary. Okay, you're a very useful little child. Why am I in the classroom? I look like I'm 30. I'm sorry you're joining us, Gary, said a female voice. The face comes into focus and you recognise the woman. I think this is the unnecessary text that the review was on about, but we'll see. Mrs. Baxter? Where are we? I'm very confused. What am I doing back in your classroom? She was the woman that taught you to read and write, but that was over 30 years ago. Right. Okay, that's odd that I said 30. Am I dead or something? You're back in my classroom. We're just waiting on the others to arrive, and then we're going on a bus. Yeah, I'm about 40 years in your fucking... Wait, what? Yeah, in about 40 years if you're lucky, said an angry teenage voice. Language, Jonathan, said Mrs. Baxter, shocked. Right. I think there should have been a comma there, but hang on. I think we're dead. What do you mean 40 by 40 years? We're all waiting for the rest of the class to arrive. 3 down, 21 to go. Whoop-de-doo. I remember you. You're Jonathan Bauer? That looks like a Bauer. You're the kid that drowned. Oh shit. Yeah, we're all dead, aren't we? We were in like was it like purgatory? Is that always got like limbo sort of thing? It's not limbo, is it? Anyway, you're the kid that drowned. Yep, it's true what they say. That river is dangerous, answered Jonathan with a weary smile. Weary smile? I think this is what it was on about. The text is just odd. I'm not going to lie, the graphically it doesn't look that great, but it's a short game, so that's why. Hi, I'm Gary. Who are you? You don't remember me, do you? Said the boy. I was only here for a week before you got too ill. I died a few months later from leukemia. Oh man, that's bad. So I like games like this because they touch on topics that are quite bad. I hope this has a good ending. But apparently it's a very short game. I vaguely remember going to church, looking at a small white coffin. We were told you had to become an angel. Oh. They've all died, haven't they? Yeah. Okay. I was only 7 and I can't even remember your name. Tim Harris, and I've been here for 30 years. So this child has been here for 30 years, and what, he's like probably like 6, 8, something like that. Jesus. He hasn't put that time to waste. Look at the great work Tim has produced. He is a bright little student, interrupted Mrs. Baxter cheerfully, pointing at the walls. There's only two pictures there, though. They are good. We have to do a lot of fun here. We do have a lot of fun here, sorry, added Mrs. Baxter even chirpier. The look on Tim's face said otherwise. It spoke of a deep hatred that can only develop over a long period of time. Look, I know everyone's dead here, but you don't have to be mean to me and look oddly at me. They're pretty good drawings, Tim. Very colourful. You reiterated. I can't speak words. Reiterated? I don't know. Maybe I should go back to the fucking classroom. Thanks, but I don't have all the colours. If you find any crayons, could you give them to me? Yeah, okay. Because you seem like a normal kid. Go up here? I can go up here. I don't like point and click games, they're really annoying. Oh, what's over here? Language in the Blood 2, Blood Ties by Angela Lockwood. The second book of the series. Sorry. What's this one? Language in the Blood, Book 1 by Angela Lockwood. Till the outbreak of the First World War, young Cameron Blair would have liked nothing better than to stay in Edinburgh and marry his childhood sweetheart. As the call to arms goes out, Cameron and his pals sign up to fight for their country. They are soon delivered into the nightmare of war, and their Cameron more than meets his maker. There's one more. Why does the music change? Conversations with Tom by Angela Lockwood. Although they don't always understand each other, Jeff and Tom form an unbreakable bond. It's always by the same person as well. Is that like some sort of weird Easter egg or something that I should know about? Oh, crown, red. Okay, gonna take this back to Tim, I suppose. I really don't like click games, they really annoy me. Here is the red crayon. Thanks, Gary. Now I need the yellow. Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm running errands for a child. What is this place? We don't know. That bitch just gives us a blank stare if we ask her. I think it's what they call purgatory. I fucking knew it. They're all dead, aren't they? They're in that space before you go off to heaven. That's what purgatory is, isn't it? It's like a blank thing. Anyway, I think that's right. Anyway. We have to wait here until the powers that be have decided to let... What? We have to wait here until the powers that be have decided... Okay. To let us go to heaven. I fucking knew it, didn't I? I said it. I'm not very up to date on religion, but isn't purgatory a place of suffering where you have to atone for your sins? Don't know, it seems terribly unfair, but here we are waiting. Maybe this is just what happens when you die. You wait for the rest of your classmates, and a big bus takes you up to the heaven. Well, purgatory is apparently what people make it, so if you die, it's normally a memory. I'm not religious at all, but normally it's like a place that you want to be in. So that's obviously a classroom. Anyway, can we not just leave? No, the door, the windows, they're not normal. Okay. Mrs. Baxter? So what about you, Mrs. Baxter? How long have you been here? She stares back blankly. She's a robot. Or a hologram. Go on, punch her, urged Jonathan with relish. Oh my god. I'm not punching Mrs. Baxter, even if she is a hologram. It doesn't seem right. Actually, you can't punch holograms, it'll just go through them, wouldn't it? So she's not... Okay. Talk to him then, he's... I was going to say something. John, do you have a yellow crayon? Yes, I stole it off Tim's desk. I didn't like the creepy picture that he did of me. I stuck it in my desk. I suppose you can give it back to him now. Okay, thank you. Why am I doing errands for a dead child? I don't mean to sound like a twat. Here is the yellow crayon. Thanks again. Now I just need the blue one to finish this drawing. Anyway, changing the subject. What is it like then? What? What is? What like? What? What? What is? What? Like? I don't know why that's like that for. You know, did you ever do it with a woman? Children shouldn't ask such things. Wow, you guys haven't experienced anything adult. Sex, work, and growing old. All denied to you. Overcome with the pain for two youngsters, you think of your own pain, of your own loss. You didn't mind dying, but leaving your distraught wife and young son with the chaos you left behind now grips you. Oh man, this is getting dark. Yeah, I know nothing of adult life, so tell me, I want details. Tim edges closer, ready to listen. Oh, this is getting really dark, innit? Oh. I am married to Lisa. Was married to Lisa. You pause as you catch yourself. That's what I mean. It's like a book. It shouldn't be like that. I think that's what the reviews were on about. Anyway, I had a 6-year-old son, Kevin. So yes, Tim, I have done it with a woman, and more than once. You wink with a tear filling your eye. That's odd. You feel the urgency in wanting to know everything there is to know about being an adult male. So how did you die? Asked Jonathan. That was from Jonathan, right? That's Tim. So it's all. That's what I mean. I think the text is like all over the place. That's what the reviews were like. I was driving home from work and hit a patch of ice. Then, out of control, I crashed. You reply. That you reply shouldn't be there. Really? We know when you were lying, Tim said, his blue eyes piercing into you. What is with this fucking child? He's like really trying to get information out of me. I told you I drove back from work and I lost control of the car. We do know when you were lying, echoed Jonathan. Right, this is odd. Can you help me, Mrs. Baxter? Not at the moment, Gary. Well, you're fucking useful, aren't you, you stupid bitch? Well, talk to him then, you tit. Do you have the blue crayon? I did, but Mrs. Baxter confiscated it. Why did she confiscate it? No reason, you know, teachers. Anyway, tell us about Lisa. Lisa is perfect. Perfect, you sure? You wanted the year before to be forgotten. Now these two boys were crying into your soul. Oh, because technically they're children, aren't they? I think. I don't know. They want you to dig up the final nasty chapter of your life. After the birth of our son, things changed between Lisa and me. The boy took a lot of energy from both of us. My career had taken off, and I was working long hours. You start describing the year that led up to your death. Aware of the boys' stern looks, you realise they would know if you lied. She started to do. Oh, yeah, you can't. You have to find like a reason, don't you? Like an epiphany sort of thing to leave purgatory, I think. I think that's right. Anyway, sorry. She started to do more hours too, hoping to put her career back on track. We saw even less of each other. I initially thought that this was normal. Okay, now we're getting somewhere, the boys say in unison. So they don't want you to lie, they want you to be honest. Fair enough, I suppose, but it's a bit personal. I mean, we are dead and we're in purgatory, that's not fair. She became distant, and one time when I came into the room, I caught her hanging up the phone. I confronted her, asked bluntly she was having an affair. Lisa denied it. Go on, Gary, urged Tim in a way that made you feel very cold. There should be like a comma there or something. Like just a little one. The fateful day she had caught saying she would be working late. I waited outside the office and saw her and a man leaving. I followed them to a nearby hotel. My worst fears confirmed she was having an affair. That's quite messed up. Okay, so I need to go. No, don't walk into the door like a tit. Do you have the blue crayon? Yes, I confiscated it from John. He was writing on the walls. Writings on the walls. It won't go away. Okay. There you are. It is in my desk. Can you just put it's in my desk, not it is in my desk? Sorry, I'm trying to be like grammatically like correct. That's not blue, that's purple. Right. I'm sorry. Right. Here is the blue crayon. That is the drawing finished. That's a weird way of putting that text there. That is the drawing finished. Just put I finished the fucking drawing, not that is the drawing finished. That's a pretty good drawing. Yeah, I know. If you give it to Mrs. Baxter, she'll hang it up on the wall like the others. There's only 2 on the wall. And by the way, earlier when he said he painted the walls, he's only painted like this part of the wall where it's green. The rest he hasn't really painted. He's too short to reach up. Anyway, here is Timothy's drawing. His name's Tim. It's not Timothy. Here is Timothy's drawing. Oh, good. I'll put that on the wall straight away. Well, have you? Oh, you have. Okay. It's very good. It's a picture of you in your car. Oh, God. Just before you died. Do you notice anything about it? Yes, it's me with my brains spilling out my head. No, it's... Wait, hold on. He had a red crown, a blue crown, and a yellow one. Right, I know you can mix colours, not really well with Crayola crayons. But how did he do the grey, the white, and the brown, black, and all that colour? I'm just saying, like... Let me see. Oh yes, when I drove home, my mind was in turmoil. The thought of her leaving me brought me to tears. I was going too fast and my vision was blurred with tears. The car skidded on some ice. I regained control, but then, in a moment of madness, I let go of the wheel and let the car run into oncoming traffic. Lovely. So you killed yourself? Asked Tim. I guess so, yes. You finally admit to yourself. But you're still lying to us, said Jonathan, his eyes wide and dark in anger. Why? I don't know what you mean. We gave time. Come clean with us, warned Jonathan. Look closely at the picture. Where was Kevin? Demanded Tim. Oh my god, Kevin was in the car. Oh shit, he killed his fucking kid, didn't he? Touching the drawing, you see Kevin asleep in the back seat. It was a spur of the moment thing. You stammer when Lisa called and told me she had to work late. I didn't call a babysitter. I put Kevin in the car seat and rushed to her place of work. The boys looked at each other. You realise Tim and Jonathan are your judge and jury. He'd fallen asleep. I was too wrapped up in my grief and anger. I'd forgotten he was there. The boys nodded to each other in agreement, and soon after the door opened. Hold on. How do you forget that your child was in the back seat? Like you would. I mean, I know if you were in a rush to see if your wife was cheating on you, but you would make sure your kid was in the back seat. Oh, the door's opened. Go, Gary. You can leave us now," said Mrs. Baxter, trying to comfort you. I think that's it, because you have left the classroom. So what you don't know, the end. Thanks for playing the classroom. This game is based on a short story. Can we go on the bus now? My wife Angela wrote the book Holes, an indie author anthology. Search for Angela Lockwood on Amazon to see her other books. The game was written in Unity 3D and contains only original music and graphics by Adam Lockwood. My previous games being 2D, I've decided to challenge myself by learning how to create a world in 3D. For the graphics, I use Blender. Oh, fuck me, that would have taken a long time. To create the classroom and make human to create the characters. The music was written using Ableton 5.9 Lite. Thanks again, but in all seriousness, like I see what like the reviews on GameJolt. That's why I downloaded the game, by the way. I don't know if I said that at the beginning. But the reviews on GameJolt, there were sort of mixed reviews. Overall, the game was rated very well. It's just there was a few reviews saying that the text was just off, and I see what they mean because it's like it's written like a book. I don't feel that some of that text was necessary, like oh she looked up or she was shocked, because the way it's worded anyway, you can sort of tell. I know that some people will find it difficult to tell because some people don't understand, you know, reading as well as other people, hence dyslexia and stuff. Um, but overall, I don't think it's a bad game. It was a really basic game. Um, I mean, the concept of the game, the story was actually quite good. I mean, it's purgatory. I mean, you die. It was really basic. Like the concept was good, but it was just a bit like unnecessary. Like get some crowns for a kid. It just seemed a bit strange. But that game was probably like what 12 minutes. So yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I actually kind of enjoyed this. The text did piss me off a little bit. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.